Nation Podcast, and I am alongside with Brady Richard today. And stay tuned. We will be right back right after this intro. And so it begins our podcast. I am Ben Smith alongside Brady Richard here. What a phenomenal day it is today. And then we have the off season going on, and we're going to go through that as well. So, Brady, welcome to the podcast. Sorry, what did you say? I didn't.
Thanks for letting me.
No problem, anytime. But first things first, you got to think the Patriots 8-9 this year, and rewinding back on that season was not a really good season. Like last year, we had a lot of key players gone, like J.C. Jackson, excuse me. Trying to think of some players along the way, but we've lost a lot of players on that key defense of ours. And then this offseason, we're going to focus on rebuilding once again for the Patriots. So first things first, just explain the season so far. What are
I
your
don't think
thoughts
it
on
was
that season?
the offense definitely took a step back because Matt Patricia was calling plays at the beginning of the year. I liked the way Mac Jones started off the year, slinging it around like around the time he picks, but he was being more. He was throwing the ball around more in his rookie year, but then he started to take steps back as the season went on. Last couple games, I thought it got better. Then the running game too. I think last year Harris had a great year, and then he kind of got. It just wasn't a great year. The receivers took a step back. The tight ends definitely took a step back. Hunter Henry didn't have a great year. It was pretty bad.
I mean, despite the fact Hunter Henry did have 3 touchdowns on the year, um, but again, I think really when you have a defensive guy calling the plays, just it's horrible. Like, and then you have a defensive guy who's controlling that offensive line who did way horrible than possible. I thought, you know, last year and 2020, I can compare those two offensive lines together because they both were horrible. No one could protect Cam Newton. No one could protect Mac Jones in the either in the pocket. He's scared to throw the ball away because no one is protecting Mac Jones.
I think that that could have stunted Mac Jones's growth, the franchise guy, as much as I did last year. I think it might have for him to make some of the throws he was making last year in the pocket.
Yeah, and you could see like when he had Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi was a fearless man when he was in that pocket, and he took so and Mac Jones takes so much time to throw the ball, which we don't see Bailey Zappi doing. I think he takes like 4 seconds and then releases it, and yeah, it's all we've seen from Mac is like he kind of did slow down because he has no receive. He kind of doesn't have no receivers. He needs like good receivers alongside him. If he has wide receivers like DeAndre Hopkins, I'd love to see him with D Hop, and I think that would be his favorite receiver. You've seen it in the offseason. Jalen Hurts, he didn't have wide receivers last year. Now he has AJ Brown to throw to. He has Devontae Smith, and with D Hop and Kendrick Bourne, I think they'd be a good duo on that wide receiver side as well. But I think I think you talked to me about this, but they need a slot wide receiver, and
Yep.
I agree with that. Tyquan Thornton plays slot receiver, and he had a quiet year. I think he needs to like up his game more. Which I think he only got like 1 or 2 touchdowns from Mac Jones, not none from he not none. I meant 2 from Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Or yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say none.
He had one in the game, that game too. Pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
And I think he had a rushing touchdown in the game
Yeah,
against
end around.
Cleveland, and I think
He did a jet sweep. Yep. And go ahead.
I was saying I think that might be it for Tyquan from Zappy.
Yeah. It really just changed ever since like Mac Jones. Mac Jones. I wouldn't blame him. He didn't. I didn't think he had a bad year, in my opinion. It's just I think he was not coached the right way. And when he's coached the right way, he plays really well. And we've seen that from Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels, he's gone. He's in Vegas now. And then you have that drafter who went to who was the Patriots scouter or something. He's at Vegas now too, helping Josh McDaniels. Forgot his name. Dave Ziegler. Yeah, Ziegler. He's in Vegas now, and I don't know. And when you have Bill Belichick as GM, I'm telling you, he's a phenomenal head coach. But when he comes to a GM, he's a rookie at it. He's just doesn't draft good players. He doesn't draft right when he's on his own. And
Help
we
like with
last year's.
drafting.
I don't think he's a good drafter. And honestly, to think about it, last year's draft was the worst draft in a few years since 2017. I thought it was the worst draft since 2017. Uh, but I kind of proved myself wrong. But because only 3 players came out fantastic, I thought Cole Strange did well. I thought Tyquan Thornton did well. I thought Bailey Zappi did well for the first 3 games, and then when he got benched for Mac Jones against the Bears, and then sucked in the second half. I thought he did well. I thought he did well, but like he did need more playing time when we were up by 20 something points against the Colts. He needed to be in at that moment to protect Mac Jones from getting hurt again. And Mac took so many blows that season. I was afraid that he was going to get injured. Like,
Mac Jones was afraid he was going to get hurt too.
yeah,
He looked,
honestly, Mac Jones, like Tua Tagovailoa, comparing to Mac Jones and Tua Tagovailoa, Mac Jones takes hits seriously, but Tua can't. Like, Tua takes a hit to the head and he gets knocked out. And what I think the Dolphins do need is a quarterback. But on the other side, the Patriots, Mac Jones takes hits seriously, but he needs to be like more fearless when he takes hits because he's a quarterback. He's going to take hits any day.
Yeah, at the quarterback position, you're going to take hits from guys that are maybe like 50 pounds bigger than you. Just you need to learn how to take them.
Yeah. And Mac Jones is 6'3", 214 pounds. And I think the dude is, don't get me wrong, the dude is fast. I think he's a good running quarterback and great scrambler. But I think he needs to get more QB sneaks and more touchdowns from running this season, rushing touchdowns this season.
I think he needs to add a bit of weight. You said he weighs 214 pounds?
214 pounds. And he really, I've watched the video. He's been to the gym and he's trying to gain more muscle. And I seen him like running fast, and I think he was doing some running drills, and I was like, dang, if that was me, my knees would not be good. Especially your knee too, because you torn your ACL as well. But
yep. I think he needs to gain.
Yeah, Mac Jones really does need to gain more muscle, indeed. And really thinking about it from the stretch, Bailey, I think like Bailey Zappi does need more when the Patriots are up like 20 points by 20 points. He needs to be in at quarterback to protect Mac Jones for getting injured.
I think I agree.
I mean, he's our yeah. and we seen that from when Tom Brady was quarterback. Tom Brady would play for like 3 quarters and be up like 48-14, and then Brian Hoyer or Jimmy Garoppolo used to come in and finish the game for the Patriots. But I don't know why Bill's not doing that. He's just letting Mac enjoy the time. And then really, when I see Tom Brady get sacked compared to Mac Jones gets up faster than Tom Brady. And it was just towards his end of his career he got up slow after taking a sack. I think it's because of his old age or something, but and I did see that from Bailey Zappi. He gets slow to get up, but Mac Jones, he's faster than faster than tumbleweed.
Well, to that Tom Brady thing, I think he lost like something I heard. He lost a lot of weight during the season. I think age finally this year. His O-line wasn't that good either. I don't think it was Patriots level bad, but I don't think it was. I think it was good.
The Patriots' front line's final season was horrible, I thought, and I think that's why he left New England personally, because he explained his upsetment about the offensive line and how bad they were doing, and they had a lot of key injuries with like Marcus Cannon, and they had like uh, I forgot David Andrews was out that year because he had a blood clot. He was out for the whole season, and I think and then they had Ted Karras who got injured. They had to put James Ferentz, and it was just like a back season in his final year. Like, and I think he really did stall in his final game as a Patriot. His final games as a Patriot, he kind of fall down off a cliff. Um, and thinking about it from the stretch, is that on that final play of the game when he got picked off by Logan Ryan, I um I was shocked. I was like, this is over. It's over. This might be Brady's last time as a Patriots uniform, and he throws an intercept, pick six, excuse me. Not what
That
you expect from Tom Brady.
game was so heartbreaking to watch. I mean, watching your favorite player team, that
And I
wasn't a
didn't
great day to be a
expect.
Patriot.
Yeah, it wasn't really. I thought we did play well in the regular season, but towards the end we played like trash. Of
That
the
was
reg.
Stephon Player of the year, right?
Yeah, he did because he got 6 or 8 interceptions, I think, because he and then last and then really for the past 3 years from 2019 to 2021, all their corners had the top ranking of interceptions. 2019 was Stephon Gilmore. He led with interceptions in the league. Um, J.C. Jackson in 2020 led with was second in the league for interceptions, and last year he was second. J.C. Jackson was second in the league for interceptions as well. And now this year, we have Matt Judon, who was like number 4 or number 3 in the league with sacks, and Josh Uche too, number 7, I think he was. But but looking at it from the stretch, I thought the Patriots defense was okay. I'd say like their secondary kind of falling apart, but their frontline defense is really good. And why I really think in the offseason, we got to focus on getting more players in that secondary. Um, I wouldn't say go out and get Eli Apple, and he's a free agent. I would not get him if I'm Bill Belichick. If we got Eli Apple, I I'd freak out. I'd freak out. I'd be honest with you.
Not good. I think the media underrates him, but I don't think he's as happy.
Yeah. Are people not watching the podcast though?
I don't know. My friends are
Because
saying the link.
all right, because I'm sending it in the chat right now. So, anyways, moving on from that topic, we're gonna go to the news that happened this week about speculating about Mac Jones' future with the Patriots is uncertain. Um, and this is a really tough topic that I did not expect I was going to make here, but I I first things first, I'll start off with this though. And I thought Mac Jones, like you said, Mac Jones rookie year, he started bad. I thought he started bad for his first 6 games. No, first 5 games, I think he didn't play good. But when he played against the Cowboys, when he threw that 75-yard touchdown pass to Kendrick Bourne that freed up Trayvon Diggs, that really made me think at that moment, that is my fucking quarterback. And excuse my language for that, but I'm just saying at that moment, that's what I felt. That's my fucking quarterback and my future quarterback. And I'm glad I really called him my quarterback at the time. And he really did good at the stretch for 7 games straight. Having a winning streak going on. Went to 9-4, lost 2 games, went 9-6, lost to the Colts and the Bills. Um, Beat the Jags 50-10. Lost to the Miami Dolphins, which I think if we didn't beat the Jags and if we beat the Jags and the Dolphins beat the Titans, and we lost to the Dolphins, we would have been in the number 3 seed in the AFC East. But I'm really glad that really made us being in the playoffs because of the Dolphins win against the Dolphins loss, excuse me, against the Titans, and that despite that fact, I was proud of the team that they made the playoffs despite getting blown out by Buffalo. I thought it was a really I th- I was really proud of our team on our rebuilding year in the playoffs. Like I'm really proud of them.
Well, that year I think there were a couple games out from the 1 seed too.
Yeah, they
Games went
were. If
because
they didn't, lose to the Colts, they would have been in the number 1 seed. If they didn't lose to the Dolphins, I think they'd still be in the number 1 seed.
the Cowboys
If, at,
game too.
and the Cowboys game, if the guy didn't hold on to Nelson Aguilar, which I was pissed off about. I don't know why I still remember it. I can't even remember what I wore yesterday. But looking at it though, the Cowboys game too was a really upsetting game. I yelled at my TV, and my parents were pissed off as well. And yeah, and then back at that 2015, not 2015, 2022. I'm watching NFL Network right now, but in 2022, Mac Jones, um, I think that injury really turned him around, though, because with the high ankle sprain, I think he hasn't been the same because you've seen him throw differently, you've seen him run differently, and like he's afraid to run out of the pocket because of his leg, and I wouldn't blame him though.
Part of it's his offensive line. His offensive line is not good. I think if you get him 2 new sign Orlando Brown and Mike McGlinchey, you sign one of them and draft someone. I think that's going to enable him more, and then I think he's your guy. I think you're good for the next.
Yeah,
5.
yeah, and yeah. Go ahead. Did you fit 5 years?
5, 10 years,
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
yeah. I agree with you on that statement, though. He really is really well built on an offensive line, and like you said, Mike McKinley, he's a 49ers tackle right now,
Yeah, right tackle.
right tackle, and Trent Brown might be gone after this year because he has a 1-year contract. Re-signed a 1-year contract in the offseason, which Trent Brown in 2018, I thought he was a great player on that team, but he caused so many false starts that last season. Last season it was just bad.
I
And
think he
Isaiah, go ahead.
I think he kind of quit on the team this year because all that anymore. Because in that 2018 season, in that Super Bowl, he did pretty good. I don't remember Aaron Donald making any plays in that Super Bowl.
He almost he did strip Tom Brady strip fumble on Tom did a strip fumble on Tom Brady. That's it. I think that's what I remember. Him doing a strip.
Yeah, yeah. Didn't he also almost take Rex Burkhead's head off on that screen pass?
Um
Or, who was that? 'Cause
Sony
Burkhead got
Michelle?
no,
Yeah,
Burkhead.
it was Burkhead. It was Burkhead. I remember that.
I'm
And
trying to
then
think of
my heart, I'll tell you, my heart almost dropped when not my heart, my I was holding my breath when Brandon Cooks was wide open in the end zone, but thank God for Devin McCourty. Oh, Jason McCourty.
McCourty. Yeah,
Um my heart, not my heart, but like I was holding my breath at that situation. I was like, ah.
all time. It's just that's
Yeah,
so close to get there.
my favorite Super Bowl moment, greatest Super Bowl play of all time is when Dante Hightower stripped and fumbled Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl. The fifth Super Bowl 51 when we came back 28-3. That really changed the game a lot, and the most underrated play in Super Bowl history. I'd say one of the best plays was that David Tyree catch or Jermaine Curse's catch in the sideline catch. I put them in the goal line in Super Bowl 49, and then we all know the history of that. 2 plays later, Malcolm Butler picks off Russell Wilson in the end zone, which they should have ran it. And then you have Julian Edelman's catch where he caught it on the foot of Keanu Neal. Um, yeah.
Great
Um,
underrated.
yeah, but and when you see year three, uh, a lot of quarterbacks in year three really shine. And I hope Mac Jones does shine in year three. And I hope he listen, I'll give him one more year. I'll give him one more year. If he does bad, then I think there's a possibility that they might let him go. Uh, and Kendrick Bourne is going to be in free agency next year too. He is on a 3-year deal. Um, but after this year, we will have Matt Judon for another year and Hunter Henry too as well for another year. And which I think possibly we might re-sign Matt Judon if he plays well this year. Which I think Bill wants to keep him. In my opinion, I think Bill Belichick wants to keep Matt Judon because he's a really valuable asset on our team. He's one of the top players on our team. Period.
He's
And
getting a bit older. I don't know, towards like 33, 34.
he is
That's
29 right now.
29.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be 30 this year, but I'd say bring him back for another 2 more years after this season. After this season, re-sign him in the off season, put him for a 2-year contract or so, and yeah,
Plus, he can always mentor young edge rushers that you either see.
yeah.
So
Um, it you really, I thought when he was in Baltimore. Here's the thing: when he was in Baltimore, I thought he was an okay player. I thought he was okay. 2019, I think he was at his rise, and then 2020 he was quiet, and that's the reason why that guy from the Next Network saying, "Oh, Matt Judon's the most overrated player in the NFL," and then came out, "Oh, I was wrong. I'm sorry." And Matt Judon's the greatest player. Here, here's the thing: 2020 was COVID, and he was quiet that year because COVID was around, and I think he didn't play really well. He got 6 sacks that season. 6 sacks. Compared to 2019, he got 9 sacks. Last year, 2021, he got 12 and a half sacks. And this year he got 15 and a half sacks. And it really does go to show that not Mac Jones, Matthew Judon is growing. And I hope like next year, like his sacks still goes up in years from years prior.
Especially when you have Christian Barmore's going to break out this year. It's another
Yeah,
guy. But
yeah, Christian Barmore too. And then I personally, I have to say this is that when Mac Jones got drafted, I was happy about it. But when the Patriots traded up in the second round that year, trading the Cincinnati Bengals pick, I was like, "Why are you trading?" I was like, "Why are you trading?" Up close. What are we gonna get? Like a defensive guy or offensive guy, wide receiver, something? Because there were plenty of wide receivers that were open. I thought. Um, and then when we picked Christian Barmore, I was like, yes, because I remember his days at Alabama. He was really good player. I thought he was a really good player at Alabama too. And Mac Jones, I've watched him almost every single game when he was in Alabama. Even when Tua Tagovailoa got benched, got injured, and Mac Jones came in for him for that year, I said this guy sucks. I said this guy sucks, and I shouldn't have said that because that would have been our future quarterback. I didn't even know at the time that was going to be our future quarterback. And then the year after, I was like, oh, in like May or something, I said Alabama's not going to win the national championship this year or something. Because Mac Jones is a horrible quarterback. We have Mac Jones as quarterback. Like we need to get like Bryce. We need to start Bryce Younger. That other guy, forgot his name, but
Jalen Milrow?
not Jalen Milrow. Jalen Milrow, I think, came 2021. I think
think so, yeah.
he was not. I think he's a transfer, but there was another one who came. I forgot his name. Tua's brother
Oh,
transferred.
Talia Tagovailoa?
Talia Tagovailoa transferred after Tua left Bama. But anyways, Mac Jones, and I was wrong about Mac Jones all along in that season, and Mac Jones proved everybody wrong. Like even in that season, I seen him scramble out of the pocket. And plus, he had a good offensive line when you have Lane Dickerson, and then when you have great offensive players like Najee Harris, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, um, built around those guys um, throughout the years. And then you had Slade Bolden, um, the tight end. I forgot his name, but at the time, I forgot his name.
Cameron,
He's still the tight.
Cameron
Sorry, what?
Latu? Cameron
Cameron
Latu,
Latu.
is that it?
Yeah, Cameron Latu was the tight end. Um, and really, Mac Jones really counted on his receivers when he was in college because that was the only valuable key players Mac Jones used to throw to. And then in his final, I think like in December when we missed the playoffs, when after that Miami game, I said, my dad said in November, we're getting Mac Jones. This guy from Alabama is freaking good. And I said, "You're smoking crack," because I thought he was joking. I was like, "I don't even want Mac Jones. I wanted Justin Fields. I wanted either Justin Fields or Mac Jones. Justin Fields was off the board at number 12. I was like, "Oh yeah, Patriots are going for Mac Jones right now." And and I knew they were gonna steal Mac Jones. Like it's sad that he fell to pick 15, but like I, and what really made me scared is that him getting drafted to the San Francisco 49ers. I thought he was going to go to the 49ers.
He was going to the want Mac Jones. That was the third quarterback I wanted. I wanted Justin Fields, but I think everybody wanted. And then I wanted Trey Lance. Looking back, no chance. Trey Lance is a good player. But Fields, I think you could make an argument for Justin Fields over Mac Jones.
I just think like Justin Fields is a good quarterback in my opinion. I think he is slightly better than Mac Jones, but he plays for the Chicago Bears. Period. If he plays for like a different team, like the Green Bay Packers, I think he'd play really well. But Packers too, they need receivers, and I think Justin Fields in his years gone by from him, when he was in his senior year at Ohio State, he had good wide receivers alongside him. George Pickens. George Pickens went to the University of Georgia, but you got good wide receivers. You had Garrett Wilson at wide receiver. JSN, I think he was in his freshman year at the time. I'm trying to think from the stretch because it's been a while back, memory lane.
Did you
Sorry, what?
Did you say Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson, yeah. Then I'm saying they had good wide receivers at Ohio State. And that's what really Coach Day has done is like their receiving court has played really well at Ohio State. And then so again, Mac Jones, I'll give him one more year, and if he kind of falls apart, I think it's time that we call it quits for Mac. Or we trade for like a quarterback. We have plenty of quarterbacks who are going to be free agents in 2024. I think like you gotta. I'm trying to find out who's going to be quarterback.
I think Hoyer's a free agent now, and then
Yeah, he's a free agent now. I think rumors saying that he's not going to play a single snap in the NFL anymore, and I think that's the best for him. Him. Go ahead. I didn't hear you.
I think he basically already is a coach, but I think he can become like an actual coach. He's not acted as a player, but he's not gonna play. He's basically a coach right now, but
But anyways, here it is. The free agents in 2024. You got Kirk Cousins, Matt Ryan, Ryan Tannehill, Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, Joe Burrow, which he might re-sign, Tua Tagovailoa, which probably might re-sign as well. Justin Herbert, he might resign. But again, there's not good quarterbacks who are going to be free agents in 2024. And half those quarterbacks I just mentioned, like Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill, Matt Ryan, they're not going to be good. I'm telling you, Ryan Tannehill is going to fall off a cliff.
Those three players, game man, they need stuff around them to win. That is something I see like Mac Jones as. He's like a game manager.
Yeah, really.
He needs like.
All right. Yeah. So moving on from that topic, we're going to our next topic is where Brady will have his offense and defenses. I will put that on there right now. I'll just explain it for you, and then I'll give you my analysis on it, though.
I gotta find myself too. Yeah. All right. You go.
All right. So first, you got left tackle Broderick Jones, left guard Cole Strange, center David Andrews, right guard Mike Onwenu, right tackle Mike McGinley, tight end Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith, and Cameron Latu. Wide receiver 1, DeAndre Hopkins. Wide receiver 2, Kendrick Bourne. Wide receiver 3, Tyquan Thornton and Josh Downs. running backs, Ramondre Stevenson. Running backs, Pierce Strong and Mo uh Ibra Ibrahim Ibrahim. And then Ibram, excuse me. And then quarterback Mac Jones, of course. But I'll give you this on my take is that I like Broderick Jones and I like Mike McKinley. Mike McKinley. But getting a tight end like Cameron Latu, I feel like we're gonna get like a tight. I have a feeling like Bill Belichick will pull something out of the hat and pick Luke Van Ness um from Iowa, who is a really good tight end, in my opinion. But
Iowa tight end?
yeah, the Iowa
Sam
tight end
Laporta?
Luke Van Ness.
Luke Van Ness is an edge rusher.
Oh, sorry, I meant that. I'm trying to think who's that tight end. Michael Meyer. Michael Meyer.
From Notre.
Yeah, Michael Meyer. I think we're gonna select out of Notre Dame, um, because I think Bill Belichick, when he looks at those scouts, don't don't get it twisted. Like Bill Belichick does draft bad, but he's a really good scouter, and that's what we've seen from Bill Belichick in the past few years. And yeah, Cameron Latu, I just think he's going to be a early fourth rounder, late third rounder.
Doing like the
But
fit, which is why I had him. And then he can sit for next year. He takes the big leap.
yeah,
Starting.
but I have a feeling Jonnu Smith is going to walk. But wide receiver one, DeAndre Hopkins, I can simply say I can agree with this, but I don't see it happening though. I just don't see it happening because I get it. I get that Bill Belichick and him have great connections with each other. There is a mic'd up video of him saying that you're an awesome man, and Bill was crediting his success as well. But Bill Belichick, like I said, he is a phenomenal head coach. But when he's an executive, he is a rookie at it. He's a rookie, and I don't.
This is my predictions, by the way. This isn't like they're going to get DeAndre Hopkins. This is just what I want.
Yeah, I think that's what I want. I want DeAndre Hopkins too, but I don't know if it's gonna happen because it's Bill Belichick and he kind of screws up when he's a GM.
I can't remember the
And the guy,
last time we chose Moss, maybe like 04, 06, 07.
yeah, yeah.
That was so long ago. I don't know if he's going to do it again.
Don't get me wrong. The guy is 70 years old. He's a 70-year-old head coach, the oldest head coach in the NFL right now, and I think he's the oldest head coach in the NFL. But I thought it was Bruce Arians, but Bruce Arians is out. He's an executive now for the Buccaneers. Kendrick Bourne, I see him coming back and having a breakout season too. Tyquan Thornton, I think he'll be quiet next year, but I kind of disagree with the Josh Downs. And
if he's going to be there in the second round, but I want him to going to.
in the second round, I think we pick. Here's my top wide receivers. I think we pick. Number 1, JSN from Ohio State. Number 2, Zay Flowers from Boston College, who's a fast wide receiver. He reminds me of Brandon Cooks a little bit.
He reminds
And then
Brown.
AJ Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Oh, Antonio
Steelers.
Brown. And number 3, I think we steal Jalen Hyatt.
I think he's a little bit similar to Tyquan Thornton. I don't think they would mix well.
And I really think, like, when you look at it, Jalen Hyatt looks more of a like a Demarius Thomas, in my opinion. I could see him on that field, and he looks like Demarius Thomas. Like I wouldn't say he's fast like Demarius Thomas. He is fast, but like Demarius Thomas was kind of a slow wide receiver. And then I'm just talking about his final years, but I thought he was a good wide receiver for us. But again, Pierce, Ramondre, Ramondre Stevenson, of course, he's going to be our starting running back next year. Pierce Strong and Mo Abraham. I don't. I just don't like Mo Ibrahim, Ibrahim or something. I don't know because I don't know. I just think like Damian Harris needs one more year on his contract. I just want Damian Harris back on the Patriots. I don't want to see the guy walk because no team probably will never pick him in free agency. Like I don't think like anyone would try to pick him up in free agency. Like key running back positions, like key teams he might join would be like the I'd see him joining like the Texans because they have good. They don't have a good running back. I don't got good running backs, but they have good. They have one good running back, who's Damian Pierce. But I just don't see. I just don't see us picking a halfback in the draft. And then Mac Jones, I agree with this. Mac Jones is going to be the quarterback for the Patriots next year. And despite all the speculation going around, I think Mac Jones still is going to be our quarterback. All right, for our defensive line, we got Dietrich Wise, another D line, Christian Barmore, defense D line again, Devon Godshaw and Lawrence Guy, edge Matt Judon, Josh Uche at the edge as well with Bretton Cox, but Jawan Bentley and Anthony Walker with cornerbacks John Jones, Jonathan Jones, Jack Jones, Jalen Mills, Marcus Jones, Julius Brents or Julia.
Yeah,
Julius Brents, Jabril Peppers, safety, Kyle Duggar, excuse me, Adrian Phillips, safety, and then safety Trey Dean. And I'm gonna give you my take is that I don't think the Patriots should go target for a linebacker in the draft. I think if we possibly safety first, things have happened for the Patriots. Like there has been injuries that like Mac Jones. We were mad about when Bill Belichick drafted Bailey Zappi in the 4th round. I was angry at Bill when he selected Bailey Zappi. I don't think the pick was bad. I just think the timing of the pick was bad. And I just think the timing of Cole Strange's pick was bad. Tyquan Thornton's pick. I seen like Tyquan Thornton going late of the 2nd round. Late 2nd round, early 3rd round. And yeah, and Kevin Harris, and I think Kevin Harris too will still be on the practice squad, but I think he'll be switching in and out with Pierce Strong because Pierce Strong too. I still think Pierce Strong is a good running back, but I think Kevin Harris, looking at him, he's a really fast running back too. But
you said he was in the draft, right?
mm-hmm.
He's
Anthony
a free
Walker
agent for the.
Anthony Walker.
Yeah, he's a free agent for the Browns.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. I don't even pay attention to the Cleveland Browns. So, and then Jonathan Jones, yes, we'll keep him.
I hope.
Cornerback Jack Jones, yes, we'll keep him. Jalen Mills, I think he might be gone. Julius Brents.
If they cut corner.
Go ahead.
Jalen Mills. If they cut him, they lose some size already. I don't think he's gone.
But replacing Miles Bryant, excuse me, is Julius Brents, which I think Julius Brents, in my opinion, I didn't pick him in my mock, but I like the selection there. But Marcus Jones, he will switch. He will switch from D back to our running back wide receiver position because he really does utilize the position well.
I hope they use him on offense a bit more too.
Safety, Jabril Peppers. I see him coming back another year, 1000%. And last year, he's been quiet last year, but I think he's coming back next year. And safety, Kyle Duggar. Safety, Adrian Phillips. Here's the thing. I feel like Adrian Phillips might be cut. I just have a gut feeling Adrian Phillips has been dealing. I didn't think he did well last year. I just think he didn't do well.
I don't know what his contract situation is, but the money, I think they could cut him. I think that would make sense. He wasn't good.
Safety, Trey Dean, which he's the safety for the Ravens, right?
Florida Gators. He's in the draft.
Oh, my bad. See, I don't even know half of these players, so. All right.
Brenton Cox edge with them at the East-West Shrine Bowl, which the Patriots coached.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick. He's like holding on to the player and teaching him like a pass rush move.
Mm-hmm.
That's Brenton Cox. Right there. And then I think Trey Dean they worked with at the. That's why I have them there. And I think Devin McCourty's going to retire.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna tweet it. Put it on my story. Because we're not getting a lot of viewers right now. We have 0 viewers.
Wow.
Has your friends? Did you even tell them to?
Yeah, I told them to come in. They were saying they wasn't.
All right. All right. So, anywho, and the last one, I think. So, punter Michael Turk, and then kicker Jake Moody. And I certainly see a change in special teams too. And when I'm saying special teams in general, I'm talking about new long snapper. I see us because like Joe Cardona, excuse me. He's potentially gonna retire soon because when he got drafted, he was old.
Well, because he went to school at Army, I'm pretty sure. So
Navy.
He would have been Navy. Yep.
And I just think he's an old player, and we have Kristen as I think it is Kristen, and we have him as a new long snapper, and then plus we have to clean that office in the for special teams because with Cam Atchard at special teams coordinator, he's horrible. He's horrible. I'd rather see Joe Judge at that position. Joe Judge is a way better special teams coordinator than Cam Atchard.
Yeah.
And tell me, Cam Atchard allowed 2 kick return touchdowns against the Bills in the final game of the season. What the hell?
He's just not good. I mean, The punting
Pathetic.
game. Pathetic.
Pathetic. And when you think about a punter like Michael Turk, half of these punters, I feel like they're gonna if we pick up a punter and pick up a kicker, I feel like we draft at least one special teamer, like a kicker or a punter. But we seen Jake Bailey get picked in the 6th round or 4th round, I forgot, in 2019, and then Michael Turk. I do like it, and I do like Jake Moody. I think he's a good kicker too. He might be in a bad mood if he doesn't get selected by the Patriots.
Ugh.
I might be in a bad mood.
Well, for kickers, they usually look for a kicker who kicks outside kickers. Jake Moody was automatic, and he kicks for Michigan. So if he sees any snow here, I think they're gonna like him.
And I think, like, personally myself, that Nick Folk is potentially, this will be his last season. It is his. I certainly think this is his last season as a Patriots kicker. I really do think, like, he I just really think he's old human being, and I don't think he just belongs in the NFL. Like, he's been on several different teams. He went to the New York Jets. I think he started at the Jets, and then went to the
Bucks.
and then went to the Bucks, and then from the Bucks, he went to a different team. I forgot what team, and then he got cut from that team, and then went to us.
Then he came.
But what was the other team? I think he was on 4 teams, I believe.
The Texans.
No, Nick Folk was not on the Texans, I doubt.
Shit. I don't know.
First he was selected by the Dallas Cowboys. He was the kicker from 2007 to 2009. Then he went to the New York Jets from 2010 to 2016. Tampa Bay Buccaneers from in 2017. He played for an Alliance American football team called the Arizona Hotshots, which I don't know. American football Alliance American football still exists to this day. I remember watching it when I was like 12 years old. And the New England Patriots from 2019 to present day. And I think didn't they cut him at one point in 2019 or something? Because and then they picked up, like, Mike Nugent was the kicker, and then I thought he did horrible at that Cleveland game. I thought he did horrible. And then from Mike Nugent, we went to Nick Folk. From Nick Folk, we went to Forbath. Kai Forbath. I thought he did.
Yeah, I forgot about him. I forgot about that kicker.
And then we had another one. And we had another kicker. I forgot his name. We had that trick. What?
Was that the year Gostkowski got hurt?
Yeah, because Gostkowski, I think he did something. Didn't he do, like, a shoulder?
I think it was his shoulder or his quad. I think it was one of the two. Because then he went to the tight sucked.
He got released. He got released after that.
Oh,
I think he got released. He got cut. Excuse me. After that game, and then he went to the Titans, and he sucked. Because don't get me wrong, the dude was 36 at the time. He was 36 years old. Most kickers don't even play until they're 33 or so. Or or younger ages. We've seen Justin Tucker go to 33, and now we have some kickers right now who are 27 years old, like Harrison Butker as well. And I don't know, but anyways, there you go. So our next topic here will be we're gonna let that one go, and we're gonna go back to our regular topic. Let him walk or let him sign. So this is Patriots free agency, and I will looking up the free agent list right now. So
Me and my dad actually did this yesterday. So.
Oh, this might get heated. All right, here we go. Nelson Agholor, and I think I would let him walk here because Nelson Agholor too has gave up so many fumbles last year. Gave up so many turnovers. I just think he's not a good asset to our team.
I would be really angry if I would be. I can't even really remember any good number like one when he caught a pass from Kendrick Bourne, and that's about it.
And he had that I thought he played well against the Minnesota Vikings in week 12 or week 11. I forgot what week it was, but I thought he played well that game. And stranger things have happened for the Patriots. They re-sign these players and then they suck. Start sucking. Devin McCourty. And here's the thing. I see him retiring because he is 3 years old, I think. 35, 30. I don't know how old he is, but he's an old guy. He's an old guy. And I just see him and his brother holding a podcast after this. After this year, he's going to be holding a podcast, I think. I just see that personally. And I just think he retires and then hangs up the cleats, and we honor him in later games. Like with Tom, I think we honor the whole entire 2014 Patriots team. That's what I'm saying. The whole entire 2014 Patriots team should be honored if Devin McCourty retires this year. There's
I
only.
think if he
Go ahead.
If he doesn't retire, I think they have to re-sign him because he's the guy that everybody listens to. But I think he's gonna retire.
But I don't know. Malcolm Butler, he's done. I think he's just. I think he's done. I think he's done with the whole entire NFL. Period. I think he was just. They cut Malcolm Butler because he got injured. I think he requested to be released, but Jonathan Jones, I think we're gonna re-sign because Jonathan Jones too. He's a really good corner, and he really played well in pass deflections last year, and really good at stopping wide receivers, and really good at coverage as well. And also, Marcus Jones is really good at coverage, but in his final game against Buffalo, I think he really stalled, and he allowed Stephon Diggs getting so much catches on him, which we don't see that. We don't see that from him often. And personally, I just think that we do re-sign him. I think we do re-sign Jonathan Jones, but I think it'd be like a short-term contract, like 2 years or so.
I think if there's a must-sign free agent that we have, I think Jonathan Jones would be the closest to that because of the need at corner.
Yeah. And then speaking on that, this is our heated argument that we had yesterday. Jacoby Myers. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I want Jacoby Myers to stay for another year. But I don't think it's gonna happen because there's a lot of he's one of the top wide receivers, like you just said earlier, that he's one of the top wide receivers in the draft. Not the draft, the free agency. He's one of the most underrated wide receivers in free agency at the moment.
I think he might be the best wide receiver in free agency at the moment. I don't think there's many that are at all. And I think a team like the Texans or the Bears, they're going to be stupid enough to pay him like a lot.
We seen that happen. I don't think if we potentially put out if N'Keal Harry re-signs with us, oh my god, I'd go nuts and I'd actually break my TV actually. But I don't think that's gonna happen because the way the Patriots treated Harry, and I thought he sucked. Don't get me wrong, Harry sucked. N'Keal Harry sucked. I said he was a good guy. I thought he was a good player at first, but he turned up like shit. When you turn up like shit, you have to pay for it.
Had potential.
And when you talk about Jacoby Myers is a good wide receiver. And last 2 years, personally, he has had more passing yards alongside Mac Jones because that's one of Mac Jones's favorite receiver, and he's always really open. And then what really we didn't even get the chances this year, last season, we didn't even get Kendrick Bourne some playing time. For the first 3 quarters of the season, he didn't even get some playing time until the final 4 games of the season. He didn't even get some playing time. He only got 1 touchdown last season. It's pathetic. It's pathetic when you have an offensive coordinator who's calling the calls, who's more of a defensive guy. It's annoying.
He's probably the most talented receiver in this wide receiver room, Kendrick Bourne. I think he's got potential.
But look what Matt Patricia has done for the past few years. He's benched Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl. Went crying to the sidelines. Oh, because I missed a meeting. Well, it was an important game, of course, but you don't have to bench a guy who's been on the who didn't even show up to a meeting, and then you go 13-29 as a head coach. Bench your top wide receiver because he missed a meeting. He missed a meeting again. And then, fourthly, ruins Mac Jones' career. I think Mac Jones turns out trash because of him. He even knows that he's not playing good because of himself. Because of Matt Patricia. And I just think I don't see Matt Patricia getting any coaching time next year because he's going to be up in that booth, sitting on his fat ass, and calling the plays from that little room. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to someone. Sorry about that. Coach again, anywhere, period. I wouldn't want him anywhere near my football team, even if it's
seriously. Well, you've seen
Adam
Gase go
high school.
Yeah, you should see Adam Gase is a high school coach. Why can't he coach high school football? Or college football? There's Division III schools that he could join.
I'm sure there's probably the top high school coaches are probably better than that. But he's terrible.
Yeah, and there's plenty of coaches in the state. I don't even want him to be a coach of my team because if that happens, I would not like Matt Patricia to be coaching Dartmouth High School. No, not even a bit. I don't think anybody in Massachusetts wants him to be a head coach for their high school
Coach,
because they know.
I think I love my coach. I don't know if I think I'd football if he became my coach.
I mean, my head coach is not good, but like he knows what he's doing. Matt Patricia just doesn't know what he's doing, and that's what we see from him. But anyways, just go back to our conversation. We're going to talk about Matt Patricia. Not Matt Patricia.
Kobe Myers.
Yeah. Jacoby Myers, too. I do think he is a talented wide receiver. I think he's got good hands. And I remember his rookie season when he was in the preseason. I said, "Oh, he's going to be a good wide receiver for us in the next few years because we are going to probably lose Julian Edelman." And ever since Julian Edelman left, he's been playing really well. And then I just thought like Julian Edelman in his final year as quarterback didn't do. In his final year as rookie in his final year, he was just injured.
That was one of the
Wide
saddest
receiver,
downs.
excuse me.
Fair.
Well, like he
Right.
was injury prone too.
Yep. Remember he tore his ACL one year. He always had small injuries here and there, and he'd miss like a game or two. But player,
Yeah.
I mean, remarkable player.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I just think we keep him. I say we keep him.
Some teams are going to be stupid enough to pay him a lot of money, and it's not going to happen.
Of course, they're going to overpay him.
I don't think the Patriots are going to overpay him. It's not what they do at the receiver position.
They'd be stupid enough to do that.
Yep.
The last thing we need for the Patriots to overpay, excuse me, Jacoby Myers. I mean, he had one bad play. A few weeks ago against the Raiders. One bad play. And he also is really injury prone too. I think he's really he gets injured a lot. But
I think before he got hurt, he was on pace for 1,000 yards. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. And what I really have to say is when he had that concussion against the Bills, when Damar Hamlin went head to head with him, I hated Damar Hamlin for that, and I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have hated him because you don't want to see anybody like on that field getting revived with their life on the line. And plus, it's just as much as I hate the Bills, I hate Buffalo with every ounce of my soul. And it's not I don't hate the team. I just hate the fans because the fans are so annoying. I just hate how they jump off tables, jump off the jump onto tables, jump off cars onto tables. It just and half of these people go to the ER every day, every game. They're gonna have to get a call from one guy, breaking his ribs for jumping off of a car onto a table. I watched a video the other day. I watched a video of a girl got thrown on a table, jumped onto a table, and legit she passed out for a second, and like her spine was like stuck. I was like, "How idiotic are you guys? Jumping off tables? Is that why half your fans are brain dead because you guys jump off tables and you don't know anything, low level IQ, and you're calling Mac Jones trash arm quarterback, noodle arm quarterback. Well, he is we see Mac Jones as a pocket passer, and Bill Belichick likes a check down quarterback like Mac Jones. And we've seen it from Tom Brady. He likes Tom Brady did check downs when he was in New England, but he took an air ball almost every game. He used to take shots downfield.
I don't think
But
they check down as much as you think. The Patriots.
what?
I think you see a lot of quick routes. I don't think they're all check downs. Which
Yeah,
is why I hate check down. It's annoying.
Yeah, when you seen from Mac Jones rookie year, he did take some check downs, and then last year he really did go downfield, but he overthrown the wide receivers, which he needs to be really better at not overthrowing them, and he needs way better, faster wide receivers. And he threw it to Tyquan Thornton, who's the fastest wide receiver on the team, and he couldn't even catch Mac Jones' ball. I thought even I remember watching him in training camp. He looked slow on that field. He looked like an average wide receiver running. I know the dude's fast. I know he's fast. But he doesn't prove that he's fast.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Hey, that's a valid point.
But anyways, what do you think about Jakobi Meyers?
Some team's going to be stupid enough to overpay him, but he's a good slot guy. He's never going to, on a championship contending team, he should be like a wide receiver 3 perfectly. I don't think he's a 2. I think he's a 3 at best. But someone's going to pay him like a wide receiver 1.
Isaiah Wynn. And here's the thing. Hell no!
Let him near the team again. Never.
I don't know why Bill Belichick had the audacity to draft him for the 23rd pick, which he could have went later in the draft. I thought it was going to go second round that year. I yelled at my TV. I yelled at my TV when that happened because I wanted Lamar Jackson at quarterback for us. But
yeah.
what I gotta say is that I do love the pick of Sony Michel. I like the pick of him. His pick.
Here's the thing, Michel, or we could have had Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb was on the board.
Both went to Georgia, right?
Yeah, they were teammates.
Yeah. And then again, Nick Chubb too. He is a good running back. Excuse me. But he was still on the board as well, like you just said, because he go like the first pick in the second round that year, and then the year after or something like that. His cousin went on a different pick that year. Bradley Chubb. Yeah.
I didn't know they were cousins.
Mm-hmm. They are. And yeah, really just thinking of that though. But anyways, Isaiah Wynn, no go. I don't want him to step at least one more foot. Not even a step into that facility anymore. Not even one step into one Patriot place.
He should, unless they're gonna move him into guard as because he came out as a guard, and you could have him be like a back of that. But I let him go. Just let him walk.
Yeah. Came out as a guard, and I was pissed. I was livid. I was legit livid, and I'm glad I was livid. All right, here we go. Cody Davis, full safety.
Let walk. I
I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna let him walk here because he what had a quiet season. Like he's a in special teams. I thought he was a really good special teamer, but he wasn't known for his full safety. More of his full safety position. He was more known as a special teamer than a full safety.
think he was hurt this year too. An injury.
Yeah, he was hurt. He
It was
was
his
hurt.
knee, right?
Yeah, I think it was. All right, Jabril Peppers. I'm gonna say keep him because to a shorter contract, like a 1 year deal worth like 2.5 or $4 million.
With how thin the safety room's going to be.
Yeah. Brady, you there?
Am I here still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can't hear you. I'm going to leave and rejoin.
All right. We're gonna all right. All right. So,
Can you hear me?
yeah, can you hear me too?
Yeah.
All right. So, again, Jabril Peppers, I think we just sign him to a shorter contract, like a 1 year at least max, because I just think that that he I in my opinion I think he's an underrated to slightly overrated guy, but I feel like in this stage of days, I think we resign him.
Having a versatile safety like him, where he was hurt a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, he was.
It was his ACL too.
Mhm.
Get to his full potential. He's a top 10 safety in this league. I think you
Yeah.
have to sign him.
Trust me, when he was in Michigan, from the start, I wanted him. When he was in Michigan, I thought to myself, I want this guy. Like, I want this guy as a Patriot one day. Look what happened.
It happened.
And
We signed him.
yeah, yeah. And then now we go to Joe Juwan Williams, and he hasn't had any playing time. The last time he had playing time was like in 2020 or 2021.
It was the wild card game against the Bills.
But that was his last time.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone.
I forgot he was still on the team.
I forgot he was still on the team as well.
I think he's hurt, right?
I think, yeah, he was hurt last season or something.
It's another one like Isaiah would never let him near the facility again.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him in. He, I, th- eh, I don't think he was. I think he didn't he get arrested for like marijuana charges or something like that a few years back.
Sounds right. I think so.
Yeah, he did. He got arrested for like marijuana or something. Because I remember Patrick Chung got arrested for marijuana charges.
Yep.
I remember that. And then I don't know why we kept him on the team, but
1 second. Hold on. Sorry.
all right. We're gonna take a break.
I'm back. Sorry.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. I'm trying to get more people because so far we don't have any viewers.
That's.
Are any of your
Are you gonna
buddies?
post
I
that?
thought they were. What?
Well, they said they were gonna join. They were saying the link wasn't working.
Don't know why the link wasn't working, but I'll send it to you and you resend it to back though. No. So folks, we're gonna just take a little. We're just taking a little break because
They're
you
saying it's
sent it.
still not working. Yeah, they're saying it's still not working.
Are you kidding me though?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
All right, I'll send. I'll try to redo it again.
All right.
This is the. Why is it? Brady, you know what it is?
What?
I'm live on YouTube.
Oh. Oh.
So that's the problem. I'm gonna try to add it on to Twitch right now and then exit out of YouTube.
Alright.
Because I can't try to. Is it still on YouTube though? Yeah, it's still on YouTube, which I do not want it on YouTube, but okay. So I don't care. We'll
What's
just leave it on YouTube, and then next time we do on that's the
what's the
link.
channel name? I have to leave and rejoin.
That's the link.
The link.
What?
I have
Yeah.
to leave and rejoin us.
All right. Just send it to them and. I did not know it was on YouTube, so I apologize for that, folks. So do they get it now?
I think so.
All right. So I did not know it was on YouTube, so my apologies there. And
Sorry.
I'm glad YouTube hasn't shut me down yet for under
My friend's watching actually right now. He just said.
what? You're joining right now?
My friend said he did. Yeah.
All right. So all right, I just sent it in the group chat. So, anyways, back to my story. Uh, Joe Williams again. He's gonna go,
Yeah.
and we both agreed on that. All right, Raekwon McMillan. And here's the thing. I'm gonna let him stay. I like
Hmm.
Raekwon McMillan. I thought like in 2021 he had a bad year. But he's slowly rising, and he really last year he has had a lot of tackles on that team on the Patriots, and with that defense too, who kind of slacked a little bit. I think he did well in coverage, but like I don't know, but I feel like he might come back another year for the Patriots and re-sign with us.
So my opinion on Raekwon McMillan is right. The other
What?
line, Mac Wilson, he's also a free agent, right? The
Yeah,
linebacker.
he is.
I
Yeah.
think they bring back one of the two, not both. So I don't really
Mhm.
care which one.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on from that, Carl Davis.
Let walk.
This is a tough. This is a tough one. He was quiet. I mean, he was a quiet guy, so I'm gonna just say I let him walk here. Marcus Cannon, you know, didn't even
Retire.
he got some playing time. I do agree with you. I think he should retire. He's old, and most offensive linemen only play up until they're like 32 or so. And yeah, yet they haven't. Yet they haven't. Yeah, he hasn't retired yet. So
I think he's gonna retire soon. I don't think anybody's gonna.
all right. Joe Cardona. I said he will retire.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I think maybe depends on what he wants.
I just say he retires because it's just he's old guy. He was old when he started in the Patriots organization. But I just personally
I
think
think I agree
I
with
just
you
think
on
he
this.
retires. All right, Damian Harris. This is a tough one.
I think it
You go first.
depends on what he wants. Depends on how much money he wants. If he wants not a lot of money, then yeah, I think you. If he wants market value, I'm out. I don't think I'd pay him.
He wants market value.
I think I'd let him walk.
Ah, that's a good one. This is a good one. I just say let him stay because
I don't know because he's a.
whatever the Patriots offer him and whatever he wants, he'll he'll probably whatever he wants, like you just said. I don't care. I'm just saying
Yeah.
whatever he wants. Yadni Kajust.
Let him walk. I mean, anything.
You think? You think you let him walk here? Because he's a horrible player? Yes. A. And then, he, like I said again, he's a horrible player, but I'd say let him walk. And then, uh, yeah, he has been quiet, so Yanni Kajus, not Yanni Kajus, Quinn Nordine, which he was on the, he was on the practice squad for the last 2 years. He hasn't even played an NFL snap for the Patriots. I don't think he's played an NFL snap, period.
You have to let him walk. He's
Exactly. I think you only see Quinn Nordine. The only time I've seen him play was in exhibition game, which doesn't really matter. Exhibition games don't count for anything. It's just based on your record. Not record, it's just based on like the it's just preseason is like the NBA summer league
yeah.
because half the players will be gone after few games. All right. Here we go. Miles Bryant.
Look.
There's one more thing I gotta. 3 words. Ba ba ba. Gone. Let him go. Let him go.
Not good.
He's a waste of a cornerback, which I thought he was going to be a good standout player when he came into the NFL. Not came into the NFL, when he came to the Patriots. And ever since, because of that Josh Allen play last year when they won 14-10, when Mac Jones threw 3 passes and he only got that game-winning deflection. I thought he was. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was going to be a good guy. But the last season, he played like absolute shit. What the hell was going on with him last season? Was there something going on in his personal life that he didn't want to talk about or anything? I don't know. What the hell went up with him last season? He played like shit.
Yep. You said it perfectly.
And if they re-sign him, I guarantee you, Bill Belichick would not get him any playtime. He'd probably be. I'd rather see him on the practice squad than on an actual NFL roster ever again. I mean, again. I do not want to see him on an NFL roster. I don't want Jim Nantz, Tony Romo. I'm talking about all the commentators out there. I don't want his name to be mentioned ever again. Nor and N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry too. I don't want any commentator. I mean, no one. No commentator that I know. Kevin Harlan, what's his name? Kenny Albert, all those other people, all those other commentators. I don't want to hear any words. I don't want to hear his name. I don't want to hear N'Keal Harry's name ever heard ever again, nor Isaiah Wynn's name ever. Ever. Those 3 do not belong on an NFL roster. They deserve to be belonged on a XFL roster, period. Or an USFL roster. Which I do see Miles Bryant going to the XFL. I would see him going to the XFL and fucking suck. And I just can't stand another moment with him at And finally, Mack Wilson. Here we go.
Claude McMillan. I don't think you get both. I think you get one.
Again, you don't get both. You only get one. And Mack Wilson, I thought when he came to New England after the trade with Chase Winovich, I thought he was going to be a good guy. I thought he was going to be a good player. But he played like overall shit. Overall shit. And I excuse my language, but he played like absolute shit. And the first game against the Miami Dolphins, he played horrible. I thought he played horrible that game. And plus that offensive line too sucked that game as well.
The whole team played bad that game.
And I don't even know why we beat the Pittsburgh Steelers the week after.
That was a weird game. That was weird.
It was a weird game indeed. I remember telling my friend who's a Steelers fan, he said, "Oh, there's Brady." He might come back. Here he is.
Oh shit, my bad. My bad, Ben.
It's alright. It's alright. we're almost done. We got one more after this, but
All right.
but anyways, like I said,
Get my camera's flipped. How do I?
all right, he'll join back. But anyways, I just think played overall shit.
My bad. I have
I would.
difficulties.
It's okay. Like you're kind of next time. I think like next time. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or your Wi-Fi, but one of ours sucks. But
I think it's
anyways,
mine.
yeah, my Wi-Fi sucks sometimes. But anyways, that's it for free agency, and then our next one is our mock drafts. And if I can try to pull it up on this drive here. I'm gonna try to pull it up right now.
All right.
Presentations drive. Yeah, all right. I'm trying to pull it up. Got my sign in. All right, here we go. It's just loading up as we speak. And
Is yours going first?
this is yours. Yours is first. Paris Johnson. 14th pick, we pick Paris Johnson. 46th pick, we pick Keyshawn Boots. I don't know if you pronounce his name like that. Keyshawn Boot or something. I
Booten.
don't know how you pronounce Butte.
Yeah,
Butte.
I think so.
Keyshawn
Yeah.
Butte. Keyshawn Butte, and then trying to. All right, Keyshawn Butte, Jordan Battle, Julius Brents, Henry Tutu, I think 202. I couldn't pronounce
I
it
don't
as
know
an Alabama fan.
how to say it.
Brenton Cox Jr., Jake Moody, Mohammed Diabate. Luke Shoemaker,
I think that's how you say it. I think.
Muhammad Ibram, and punter Michael Turk. Michael Turk, excuse me, from Oklahoma. And here's the thing. I'm gonna disagree on this on only one thing. One thing in this draft. And I don't know why you have the audacity to pick a kicker in the 4th round.
Oh, is it
And
the
the
fourth
6th
round?
round.
Oh, sixth round.
6th round. My bad. I misread. I don't know why you pick a kicker in the 6th round. Could be a 7. I thought it was in the 4th round. I'm sorry. But Brenton Cox, I'm not happy with that one.
Okay.
And it's not that I'm looking at the grades. I just
Yeah.
And then Julius Brents is just a way earlier draft pick again, which is I possibly see Coach Belichick doing that, but man, if he does that, I'd go nuts. Like I said, he is a rookie when it comes. He's a rookie when it comes to when he's an executive. He is a rookie. So, anyways,
Yeah.
here's mine, and you can grade mines as well. First up, I got Jackson Smith Nijaba from Ohio State. For the 46th pick, we picked DeJuan Jones from Ohio State. Tight end Darnell Washington from Georgia. Tackle, edge Byron Young from Tennessee. Tackle Tyler Steen from Alabama. Quarterback Clayton Tune from Houston. And this is interesting fact. Our buddy Elliot says this is one quarterback the Patriots should pick. Mekhi Gardner from LSU corner. Bryce Ford Wheaton, a wide receiver from West Virginia, and then from the 7th round we got AJ Finley, safety from Ole Miss. What are your thoughts on it?
I like this one. I think there's just one thing. I don't like Darnell Washington. I think he's going to be a second round pick, maybe an early. But other than that, I think this is a good one.
Yeah, but I don't. I made a lot of trades which were crappy, but it is what it is. But I just feel like Clayton Tune too, replacing Brian Hoyer, and then Clayton Tune and Marcus Jones have a really good connection with each other too, because Marcus Jones and Clayton Tune both went to the University of Houston. So, yeah. And AJ Finley, I've watched him as a safety in the NFL and not NFL in college football. I thought he's one of my favorite safeties going into the draft.
I don't think I've watched him. Just not him.
What?
I don't think I've watched AJ Finley yet. I'll have to get to him soon.
But we do get a late round wide receiver. We don't go crazy on our wide receivers, which we don't see from Bill Belichick. He doesn't go crazy drafting all these wide receivers. And I think what should have happened in 2021 is when they had Mac Jones, when they drafted Mac Jones, they should have drafted a wide receiver that year too. Because they did need a wide receiver too, as well.
Yep.
Not wide receiver 2. It could have been a wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 1. They needed a wide receiver no matter what. And then they picked Trey Nixon in the 7th round. Hasn't even played a single NFL snap yet. That's a lie. He did.
He did?
Yeah, he did. Last year. Last year he played one snap in the NFL. A few snaps or so. That was the Jaguars game. He played a couple snaps.
Oh, I was at that game.
Yeah. It was towards the end when he and then Christian Wilkerson too. You need a replacement for Christian Wilkerson. Who made the 53-man roster, but he was on IR the whole entire season. I would say that losing Christian Wilkerson is a big loss for us. Not really, but it's a huge loss. Not really a huge loss, but that loss has to hurt us more than. I don't think it's a big loss, but I just think like we need to add more wide receivers like Bryce Ford Wheaton. And wasn't remind me, Christian Wilkerson was undrafted, right?
I probably off the top of my head.
Yeah, he was undrafted free agent, and so is Jacoby Myers. He was an undrafted free agent. Patriots didn't even draft him. No one thought I didn't think he was going to be drafted in the NFL. He was an undrafted free agent, and look what Bill's done. Bill's done a phenomenal job helping him out on the team, and now he's the emergency. He was the emergency quarterback for the Patriots. If Mac Jones gets injured, Bailey Zappi gets injured, not Jacoby Myers. Brian Hoyer got injured. Jacoby Myers is the next man up. That's their emergency quarterback. It used to be Edelman a few years back, but when Edelman got that injury, and I know the dude can throw farther than Mac Jones. I think he could throw like 40 yards. I think Jacoby Myers can throw a 40-yard pass easily. But
I think so. Jacoby Myers.
But who's going to be the emergency quarterback when if Jacoby Myers goes?
Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick. Oh yeah, that's right. Kendrick Bourne threw that pass. So
threw that pass last year, I think, to
Yeah.
Nelson Aguilar.
no, 2 years back.
2 years back. Yep.
I jumped out of my seat when that happened.
That was pretty fun.
That
was the game we
fantastic.
dropped.
From that day on, I had like a lot of potential in my team, and I really was glad that I did not expect us beating the Chargers. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Because after we beat the Chargers, I said we're going to beat Cleveland. Look what happened. We beat Cleveland. And I said we're going to beat Tennessee. We beat Tennessee, the number 1 seed in the AFC. And plus they had injured players on that team, so that didn't really make sense. So
Yeah.
But anyways, a win's a win. At the end of the day, win's a win.
Yep.
All right, so that is all we got today. Any last thoughts?
Not really. I mean, I think we.
I can't hear you. What did you say?
So, I mean, I don't really have any last thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at this, we'll probably be back in about a few weeks from now. And we'll probably be back in like mid-March after my birthday. We're gonna be doing the so far free agency tracker, and give our honest thoughts about the free agent players that signed with the Patriots. So I want to thank you, Elliot, for coming on today. I just want to say thank you all for watching on YouTube on Sports Talk with Ben Smith. And we have plenty of more episodes coming out soon of We Are Pats Nation. And from our entire crew, Ben Smith, Brady Richer, Elliot Cahill, Tanner, Jacob, Dylan, thinking of all of them, but Josh, from all of our entire crew here at We Are Pats Nation podcast. So long, folks, and we'll see you all soon. Have a good week, everybody, and we'll see you all next month.